What's up? I'm Extras, and I'm going to be giving a code mod tutorial. Well, I already started things off here, but I'm gonna just like run through the process of making, getting it set up to the point that I have it now. So you're gonna go create a new project. Oh, this assumes that you have the MelonLoader mod Visual Studio template that I believe Trev made that automatically copies the built mod to your mods directory when it is built, of course. So I'm just gonna create a new mod, select sample name, and then I'm gonna hit enter, and I'm gonna wait for this to load up a new solution, and you're gonna double click MelonLoader mod. This is obsolete actually, so I need to remove that. But yeah, the green underline says this is obsolete. So yeah, this is basically what you're gonna have normally, and you're gonna want to go to references, add reference. As you can see, I was doing just a little bit of toying around with other games like Uno. I totally didn't make a cheat for Uno. So you should add, well, first pass doesn't really matter, but you can add whatever you want. But yeah, so you go to BONEWORKS, MelonLoader, and Managed to find your stuff, and then just go to Unity. You want Unity core module, and usually you're gonna want use Unity physics module. Yeah, we don't really care about physics 2D because BONEWORKS doesn't use shit for nothing. And you also want assembly C# because that is where all of the SLZ functions are. And then also, because this is an IL2 game, you're going to want unhollower runtime lib and unhollower base lib, as well as IL2CPP MS core lib, my bad. And then whatever. It added everything that it could, so that's really all that was needed. And then on GUI, this is for the immediate mode, like GUI, so those really generic looking buttons that you see. And then when I was first starting out, Trev linked me this, but I didn't really think it was useful, and here I am, a script. Yeah, so you're just gonna want the Unity scripting reference. You're gonna want to have this handy because IL2, well, I guess modding games in general, it doesn't leave the metadata intact. So on GUI, any Unity methods that you try to call, normally they'll have at least a sentence of description, but because we are referencing a built game, those descriptions are not going to be there. So for example, let's go to Raycast. Yeah. So physics.raycast. So for example, yeah, this is how you do it. Let's just go over a few basic C# things. You don't use the MelonMod logger class at all, not anymore. And you don't use you don't use MelonLogger.log. You use MelonLogger.Msg. I don't know why. I don't know if there's any technical reason behind it, but the MelonLoader team just likes to obsolete shit for no reason. Yeah, this is how you put something to the console or to the MelonLoader log window. Of course, you can go to log console window, except then it won't appear in the log file. So I guess it's useful if you want to tell the user, like, if they're cute or something. I don't know. Something you don't want to be shared or saved. And yeah, so basically, if you have a reference here, then that requires that DLL file to be present either in the MelonLoader manage folder or alternatively in the mods folder. It requires that DLL or that assembly to be present. So be careful referencing like random ass things. Oh, and also another thing, MelonLogger, it doesn't really have an impact on performance if you use it like here or there, but if you do it on update, which fires on every single frame, if you log something like 2,000 times and you try to do 2,000 logs in a single second, that's gonna bring the entire game to a screeching halt for like 2 seconds. Actually, probably longer than 2 seconds. But my point is, you shouldn't spam MelonLogger, because yeah, it takes some time. Okay, and on update, this fires every single frame, this fires every single physics step, and this fires after every frame. So for things like camera movement, this fires when the game is going to exit, not immediately when the window closes. It's like when the window stops responding and starts to exit. And yeah, these are just generic things. Oh, and since this is a BONEWORKS specific tutorial, public override void, you can use BONEWORKS on loading screen. There you go. And also, this is more of like an object-oriented thing, but I didn't know this when I started making mods. I just went with the flow. But public override void. Okay, so public means this method can be accessed from anywhere. It doesn't have to be inside the sample name class. And override means it's replacing a method in the class that sample name is extending, in this case MelonMod. So if we look at MelonMod, you'll see that it has these public virtual methods, which means it's basically telling Visual Studio, hey, there's a method here, you can override it if you want to, so you can do your own things instead of whatever these do. You can do this if you want. And void means it doesn't return anything. So for example, if I do return, nothing happens, right? That's perfectly valid code. But if you say return true, then it throws an error saying it returns void, which means it returns nothing. So a return keyword cannot be followed by an object expression. So it means you can't return anything. So there you go on that. And then I'll just close this. I'm gonna close this. And we will go back to runtime gizmos. I will continue here. Yeah. Alright, so say, for example, let me just collapse these because they are not relevant to the current topic. So say I wanted to store some information like some config files or some config values. Well, MelonLoader already has a way for that, and MelonWiki.xyz, go to create a new mod preferences, and wow, this is outdated. Alright, let me just search for the most recent version. Yeah, alright. Okay. Wow, what did they change? Okay. So, here is how you do, well, yeah. Here is how you do mod preferences according to the MelonLoader wiki, and oh man, BONEWORKS chaos is woefully out of date. It's using some stuff from like 0.3. Just okay. So C# has strong typing, which means like you can't say var integer equals 1. My bad. Integer equals 1. And then you can't say integer equals string. Yeah, that doesn't fly. However, it does still have the var keyword, which means that the compiler will implicitly determine the type, so you can't do integer equals, yeah, you can't do that, but I mean, it's nice to have when you don't want to type out the type name. Okay, so var ref, yeah, let's just go with category equals MelonPreferences dot create category, and then this is runtime gizmos, so let's just go with runtime gizmos, and then category, actually, yeah, sure, category dot create entry at hatch, yeah, okay, hatch raycasts and okay, and then default value would be of type, let's go with boolean, false, display name that raycasts and overlaps. Okay, so we have our first entry here. Yeah, entry equals entry to get what? Get default that. Huh? Oh, it's value. Okay, my bad, my bad. Let's get to work doing a harmony patch. So harmony patches have to be public static class raycast patch. Okay. Let's go with static void. Let's make it public just in case. So the thing with patching in MelonLoader or in IL2 games, you don't really have like as much flexibility as you do with mono games, because there is a whole patch category called transpiler. I don't really know what it means, but yeah, they don't function in IL2 games. So instead, you just have prefix, postfix. I think there's one more, but I can't remember right now. You can look at the Harmony documentation for it if you care. But yeah. It's best to do postfixes, although I think I've seen most people do prefixes. I don't know why. And then let's decorate this using square brackets. Harmony lib dot harmony patch, and then type of Unity engine dot oh, right. I didn't add a reference to the physics module. Let's do that now. Please? Okay. Unity engine dot physics dot right. So type of physics, then raycast. Okay. Actually, I suppose in this situation it would be best to do a prefix so that we can intercept the arguments. Give me a sec, I'm gonna pull up the docs on that. Harmony, Unity, oh wait, hold on, I just found it. Oh, wait, no. You can use a postfix to do that too. Okay. Then I believe what we want is... where is that? Okay. So here is how you access the original values. Okay. Let me just get physics.raycast, and let's just open this in the metadata viewer. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah. Okay. I suppose with raycast it would be better to use method info. So let's just do that now then. Physics.get method raycast. Let's look through these. Oops. Yeah, okay, I think this overload is the one we want. Yeah. Oh, I'm messing with my dims. Okay. New. Right. I got it. I swear, am I not using... Okay, I'm not using system. Let me do that. Okay. New type. And then let's look at which one we want. I think this overload right here, I think this is the one. Actually, no. Okay. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Type of vector 3. Type of vector 3. What does it want? Well, I didn't. Okay. Let me just type of load. Alright, and then since this is whining at me, let's just check the overrides for Harmony patch. I agree totally. Method type. What's this? Getter's header constructor. Yeah, outdated. Okay, well, I tried whatever. Assembly qualified declaring name, string method name. Okay. This is the one we want right here. So let's just go with yes, and then I didn't really need to get method info in the first place, so type. Okay. Yes. Alright. It likes that. And then let's check the values for physical stat breakouts. Come on, man. Please, let me see your metadata. Okay. Alright, and so since we want this, just name them the same thing. 3 origin vector 3. No, this no direction and float distance. Yeah, that's the one, right? No, it's max distance. Okay. I'm not sure if this really matters, but yeah. Okay. MelonLogger.Msg. Postfix fired with. Okay. And MelonLogger.Msg. Oh, by the way, tab and enter are basically my best friends here. And here, to make it easier to write this, let's hit a $sign in the front to tell the compiler, hey, whatever we put in these, we want to be treated as a string instead of, like, we want it to be evaluated. Okay. origin.x, and then origin.y. Whoop, no. Origin.z. Okay. And then let's do the same thing to max network direction. And then copy and paste. And then max distance. Alright, and there you have a harmony patch. I'm gonna test this, see if it works, okay? Actually, never mind. Before I test it, I need to... Let me remove this attribute. This attribute is really only helpful if you want it to always be patched all the time. But I only want it to be patched some of the time. So if entry.value, since it's a bool, it will work as a bool. Harmony instance.match. Okay. I need to... I don't really know how to get a method base. Give me a second, let's find that. Okay, turns out method base just means method info, and so let's use type of physics, get method, recast, and this is the end of the array, we don't need that, and then we need postfix. Let's just define postfix. And how do we get a harmony method? Let's check that one out. Okay, so we just need to get the method info of our postfix, which just means doing type of patch get method postfix. Oop. Okay, that goes outside. Actually, I need to put this in a new. Good. That should work, right? I think I may be smoking crack. Oh. Please? Okay. Is it gonna use? Sorry? Okay. And C# likes its semicolons. And let's just make this more readable, because holy hell. Actually, let's just go back here. Get method, raycast. I'm very raycast. Yeah. Okay. And postfix, new harmony method. Yeah. So let's see what this thinks. Yeah, it thinks it's fine. Okay. Oh, also this code plant thing just sort of does a once over on your code, so you crapify your stuff and it only runs when you want it to, so that's nice. But yeah, I'm gonna check to see if this patch actually works. Give me a sec. Actually, I lied again. So you can build by either doing build up there, or you can just do Shift F6 and it does it automatically. So yeah, now I'm gonna test it. Alright, so I built it and it's well, my game takes a bit to load because of all the mods I have and the fact that I have a massive asset bundle for BONEWORKS chaos. Oh, my bad. I never said that. Well, actually, it needs to be... The game needs to be run at least once in order for it to actually add it to MelonPreferences, so I think I have that open now. Whoops, my bad. Okay, so I'm going to go into MelonPreferences, toggle that on, and I will restart the game. Oh, by the way, you can quickly close BONEWORKS by selecting the MelonLoader console window and then hitting Control-C. Yeah, here you can see, here it is, true. And then, at startup, the mod should now actually run it. Well, by run it, I mean, like, try to patch the method. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, I really suggest you use harmony patch and then yeah, 9 times out of 10, just use that. It's way easier. I think actually never mind. But the nice thing about MelonLoader in comparison to something like BepInEx is that MelonLoader automatically creates a harmony instance for your mod. And you don't really need to create one yourself, which other mod loaders require you to do, I think. And that's kind of annoying, so yeah, I'm glad MelonLoader does that. Alright, so as you can see, oh, by the way, I forgot I made my I forgot I made my MelonLoader completely black and white. But as you can see, there are no errors. There's nothing out of the ordinary here aside from BONEWORKS chaos filling up this massive ass. Anyways, that's a good thing that there were no errors. Let's use UnityExplorer, C# console, physics.raycast. And then let's go vector 3.0 vector 3. Oh, by the way, ignore my camera moving and everything. That's a flat screen debugging tool that I use. Vector 3.up, and then go with 10F. See? Would you look at that? I wrote something and it worked first try. So yeah, this is our postfix. As you can see, it is firing these, and vector 3.0 just means that it's like 0, 0, 0. Vector 3.up is 0, 1, 0 because XYZ. And as you can see, origin, all zeros, direction, up, and distance, 10. So, bada bing, bada boom, you got your first harmony patch. And I think I'm actually going to use this for a bit. Well, I'm going to use the raycast patch. Okay. And let's go with, okay. So the move here is when I patch the raycast, what I want to happen next is, oh yeah, I'm not sure if I said this already, but I'm just gonna say it again. Patches need to be static. They cannot be instance in any way. Like, this needs to be static. Everything in it, like everything above it, needs to be static. This postfix needs to be static. The class it's in needs to be static. You can't have static namespaces, but if you could, namespace would need to be static. Oh shit. Oh no, okay, no, you can't have static namespaces, but if you could have static namespaces, it would need to be static. Because Harmony cannot do shit unless it's static, okay? It'll probably throw an error. Yeah, okay. Let me just comment this out because it's not actually loading anything at this time. say, for example, you wanted a line to appear at the raycast origin and end at the raycast end. Well, lucky for you, there is a line renderer component in Unity. However, that requires a game object, which means time to private game object line render object, and we're gonna leave this as null for now. Actually, I should probably set this font size to 100%. Actually, probably 150 because I'm doing a tutorial. Sorry, it took me 40 minutes, well, 40 minutes of recording to do that, but yeah. Okay, we're not gonna instantiate this. We're not gonna do like new game object. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Because at this point, it would be a foolish move to do so. Because it would be instantiated as soon as MelonMod is loaded, or as soon as the mods are loaded. And that's a bad idea, because as soon as any scene is loaded, that game object is going to get discarded right away and is going to go right back to null. And you're going to need to check for null, and you're going to be like, why am I getting system.null reference exception? It's because you're instantiating something right here. You know, if you did it in a mono behavior, that would be fine, because mono behaviors are instantiated. Like, mono behaviors have their fields populated when they themselves are instantiated, but that's getting a little too into the weeds for for me. And let's instantiate it in public override void in on scene was initialized. You don't need this base call because MelonLoader doesn't really do shit with them. And then we can do line renderer object. You can see Visual Studio was kind of jumping the gun. New game object. I had that on my clipboard from when I deleted the text of this. Okay, and then line renderer object dot add component, and then because add component is a generic, which means it has this T here. Actually, okay, line renderer, and then it doesn't take any arguments. And we want to be able to access this line renderer component later on, so let's go private line renderer. And then we're also not going to instantiate this because we're going to populate it right here. Renderer equals, actually, let's hit F2 to rename, and then let's go line renderer. And then line renderer dot. Actually, I didn't really look at the scripting reference for this. But let's go with material equals material dot find. It's not there. Okay, whatever. Let's go with the backup. Resources dot find. That's annoying. Okay, whatever. Let's go with a quick and dirty hack that people are probably gonna yell at me for, but let's add link because that is how these things go. People are definitely gonna yell at me about this. I'm gonna lose the purple roll for this one. Resources dot find objects of type all. Material. Yes, we want material. And then dot first or default. Okay. Material goes into material M, as denoted by material. M goes into this little expression where M dot name dot contains I believe it was like zip or something. Let me look at my list of materials and find the line render material that we need. Actually, I figured I might as well show this because it's a part of the mod making process, or at least for me. Resource. No. Find objects of type all. Real. Yeah, so UnityExplorer is a lifesaver, I swear. The amount of hours that this god tier mod has saved, oh man, it's fantastic. Yeah, so let me just log mat.name. Okay. Yeah, it just freezes the entire game until it's done running that. But yeah, here is a list of all the materials. I believe it was ZPEFM lighting that I needed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one. Yeah. Okay. So, we're just going to paste in ZPEFM lighting into this, and it will set the line render material to any material, or the first material that has the name, or that has a name that contains ZPEFM lighting. Actually, just make it equals. Also, if you're wondering what font I have that makes, like, these two characters become one like that, and makes it do fancy stuff like this. This is JetBrains Mono. If you care to install it, I think it's good. So I'm gonna look at how to change the positions on a line render real quick. So give me a sec on that. Actually, I lied. Don't give me a sec. Let me just jump straight into looking through docs. This is 2020.3, but it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, so for example, let's just go to, oh wait, they obsoleted 2018.4? Interesting. Okay. Position count. Sorry, I don't believe there's anything of note here. Oh, no, you can set positions. And let's just check out, let's keep this open because we might want to go back to it later. Line render dot position, and then it takes an array of positions. No doubt that since it's an IL2 game, it will be a IL2 array of vector 3s. Ain't that about a bitch? So I should probably just set, yeah. Yeah. So let's just go with line render dot set positions. New, yeah. See, it says on holler base lib dot IL2CPP struct array vector 3. Let's try to give it a vector 3 regular. So let's just actually, okay. Let's set this to public, and static. Public just means it can be accessed from anywhere, yeah. Like, for example, let me make this static too, just so I can demonstrate. But, sorry, what is it called? Yeah, runtime gizmos. Runtime gizmos dot, yeah. If you look here, line render appears because it's public, but line render object doesn't because it's private. And yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. Yeah, if you try to like put in line render object, it will tell you that it's not accessible because of its protection level, which means protection just means it's private. So I'll keep that private, and I suppose I'll make it, ooh, I screwed something up. Yeah. Okay. So I need to make this right here, this needs to be static because postfix is static, and therefore it cannot access anything that's not marked with static. Static just means that across all instances of runtime gizmos, if you have like multiple different runtime gizmos melon mods, static just means that this line render will be the same. Private without static just means each runtime gizmo can have its own line render object. That's all that means. So runtime gizmos.line renderer.set positions, and then let's create a new vector3 array, and add the semicolon down there. Let's set the first one to origin, almost set to origin, could you imagine? And then origin plus direction. And then because direction isn't normalized in what way whatsoever, and normalized it just means is the vector, like, if you take its magnitude, like how, like do all of its parts, x, y, and z, do they add up to 1? So vector3 direction, it's not guaranteed to be normalized. So we need to do .normalized in order to get the normalized vector. And then because you can do math on vector 3s, we're going to multiply it by max distance. Ooh, Visual Studio filled that in for me. Okay. And then, yeah, it'll just do that automatically. Well, maybe not automatically, but this will take the origin, and it will take the origin normalized, and it'll multiply it to make sure that it'll be origin plus direction times distance. So it's just the start and the end. And I'm gonna start up the game to see what this looks like and if it even works, because I know very well that my code very rarely works on the first try. So give me a second on that. Okay, so the game's back, and let's do physics.raycast vector 3.0 because that's the origin. Vector 3 dot up, and then 10f. And if you're wondering why the f is there, the f is there. No, the F is there to denote this number as a float, a 32-bit floating point number. This means that this number can do decimals, so it can do like 10.5 or like 10.4, 10.1. By default, numbers with decimals are going to be of the type double, which is a double size or a double accuracy, double size floating point number. This means that it's 64 bits instead of 32. This is perfectly fine if you're not using Unity, because every single thing Unity does is in a float. It's in a float, not a double. So that means you gotta do F after every single decimal number. Or alternatively, you could just do integers, which will be automatically converted into floats. Integers are just whole numbers, in case you didn't make it past the 8th grade. Sorry, did I just say that out loud? Okay. And would you look at that, my code actually worked the first time. I'm not even joking, holy smokes. Okay, but yeah. As you can see, the line renderer goes straight up. Also, yes, I do have my FPS limited to 24. That's because I don't really remember why, but cry about it either way. And as you can see, if we change the size to 1, you should be able to see it change length. And when you look at that, we do, because I'm a freaking programming god. I'm actually kind of ecstatic at the fact that this worked, because I can't really say I've used Raycast before. Okay. And then if we change it to 5, or if we do or if we create a new vector 3, what should we make it? Okay, to demonstrate the impact that doing .normalize did. Ooh. So this will create a new vector 3 with, it's the exact same thing as vector3.up, but instead of 0, 1, 0, it's 0, 100, 0. So if I didn't have normalized, this would just be going straight through the roof, but it's not. You want to know why? Because of this normalized. And because I'm just kind of that good. However, if we change it to 10, it will go in a different direction. It will go here. It will go forward and up. And that is because, you know, this is forward and up. And X, Y, Z. Z is depth, Z is forward, so it goes up. And I think that's where I'm going to stop this tutorial for now, because I've doxed myself and I need to clean that recording. But yeah, the essentials I'll probably leave in the description of the video if I remember to. If I don't, somebody please ping me in Mod General and tell me what I missed, or I'll probably remember on my own. I don't even know. But yeah, this stuff requires, I'm not going to say it requires programming knowledge, but if you have knowledge in a C-style language like a Java, JavaScript, or even C, I don't know why you would like need help modding a game if you already know C, but yeah. Basically, the quick start guide would be use Trev's mod template, add references, so you gotta browse to your BONEWORKS folder and then go to MelonLoader and go to managed. So you gotta do that stuff manually. I guess you could change the template file. And yeah, here it is. Here's the I'll probably put it on GitHub eventually, but I will be adding more stuff to this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will edit this video down from the 59 minutes and 30 seconds that it already is, down to maybe like 20 minutes? Who knows?